PMWC for ourselves. It's going to be a wonderful thing. I love Senhawk personally. It's an aggressive map. It's small. It's chaotic.
Well, I think it's this Northwest Island that's going to pop up first, though. On the top of the mountain, Thundertalk and Alter Ego. Rosemary, though, has been cut down in a 1-for-1 trade. They still have more to do. Rosemary still, maybe? No, he's not going to get rest, but will they find the trade around the corner? Krypton hits the deck, and now they have to rely on the rest of the roster to pull this one back under control. Everyone wielding weaponry here on the top of the mountain. The spray down, though, the reload necessary, but he doesn't clock it in time. Doesn't manage to slide that mag on through, and it is Alter Ego going down. So potentially a bit of an upset for the APG position. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a regroup as they try and keep that one together. Nongshim rolling on in as well, trying to make their way through, and it's just going around that Ruins location. Not going to be too much to do. APG do, in fact, regroup here as the Falcons try and get to the top of the hill. A beautiful nade, though. Looks like it may be able to even the odds.
Ralph has to do something, though. Like you said, even the odds. You got a flying car. This is a perfect opportunity to send some shots flying to top. From up top, keeping Ralph's head down low. It's a perfect opportunity to push, but Top's got a nade, and he's willing to throw it, and Ralph is missed. Top now full send, DPS in hand, and Ralph will fall. And beautiful shots on Redox just below. An unfortunate set of circumstances for Falcons, but make no mistake, now they're going in to finish off the Falcons, to finish off Redox, but it's not going to be that easy. Redox putting out some tremendous damage, and he's looking to take on the full force. Meanwhile, Zyle is also down. Nade's thrown at his feet, but it's got a couple of seconds. He times it properly to push forward with the DPS, but misses the critical shots. APG take the Falcons down.
It was a nightmare because of it. This is this engagement you were talking about. Alpha 7 went for a swim. I know it's hot here in Riyadh, but it is still quite risky to go for these swims, as Alpha 7 do manage to make landfall, and more than that, they're landing lead. Down towards Gamax, find a second knock as well. An answer with a DPS at range, but
as well as they were. Weibo getting into a bit of a scuffle. IG pushing up confidently. He is down. And intense game. Another roster coming out from the Americas region. Actually, the champions from the Americas.
Roll over Alpha 7, try and move it on in. But as it stands, they're going to have to try and snake it out. In the meantime, Nongshim, they've been slowly executing this northwestern side well. They have been moving through this ground, this terrain, and been vigilant with it. Sure, they've lost a player, but they're on 6 elims. Not too many other players are in there.
3 teams, Nongshim Red Force, APG, EDA, as well as AxTMG, all within the same location. And APG's getting dismantled, and you also have Revo, who's currently down.
He's been knocked by a solo from Gamax.
Originally, then I said 2 minutes, and then he ended up almost dismantling Alpha 7. He did his part. R8 behind a wall, taking nade after nade. Weibo's been relatively quiet this game, currently sitting at 0 eliminations, but this is the time where they start to wake up. The zones get closer and closer, and 33Z taking down 1 from R8 as they reposition. They're pushing in full steam ahead, and they might be able to take them by surprise or just up. Mark needs to be ready to clear the left side of this choke point. Some pre-shots, he pushes up, pre-nade's going to be out, actually smokes. This is going to be chaotic.
Oh, a full blind there for Marth, and he can't hold the door frame anymore. Weibo going low as well, though, and into a 1 versus 1. Ida versus 33Z around the corner, and Maxman was right. They start off slow. Weibo go down in 10th.
Weibo out. Red Force going to keep their heads down. Petrino knows, look, we've got to take this E-Arena roster out, but it's not going to be easy as Mormon firing some wonderful shots, drops 1. They start.
No fear behind the tree. These locations are getting lit up now as Sleepy goes down in the backline for Aura. E-Arena weather the storm. Doc C, though, moving over the top of the hill as TZ moves in 2.
Sky, great shots, but forced to hit the ground. E-Arena keeping the pressure up. The car's on fire. Back away. You don't want to take any additional damage or, man, even go down. Joker also on the move. You can't even go too far up this hill. If you do, you're going to be isolated by Kinotrope. But watch out, Kinotrope is going to be coming up behind Hora. Hora needs to be ready for this. They can't be focused too hard on the third party. They move in, and Sleepy's down, and Kinotrope might be able to get a team wipe.
Ida are rubbing their grubby little mitts here on the south side. They might be able to steal this away, depending on the chaos on the north side. We'll see how this unfolds. E-Arena starting to collapse.
But you still got eyes on AxTMG. Ida, who's going to be in the hardcover locations just down below, and Ida only has 2. Of course, AxTMG only has 1, but they can output quite a bit of damage. But back on board with Red Force. E-Arena, can they get the full finishes? Yes, they can.
Needs to make something happen here, or they will go down. On the inside, they will be pushed out, but they can survive for just that little bit longer. Nongshim Red Force, they're on the lip of that hill at the top there.
Okay, but he doesn't know, right? He doesn't know AxTMG is going to be just off to the left. Placement points for Ida so big in this moment. They want to stay alive as long as humanly possible. But Aaron's going to drop down. Doc gets active. But meanwhile, the trap is still set. AxTMG goes forward. Doc, you got to be ready for this. He sniffs it out. He clears the corner. Just a sliver of health for AxTMG. And he holds on tight. Can't get the finish, but finally does it. That's an additional point. But at the end of the day, Naksham Red Force takes for them to break in the top 8. Squashes down to the zone. Mafioso takes down Ralph from Falcons as they do get active. We talked about them having to rotate far up north.
Is what has turned the tides here. Sure, they've lost Squash, but they are now descending, and they've got 2 players in. Novalo, surely there's no chance as Mafioso descends. It's Carrillo who draws first blood, Revo who puts him down, and Redox turns his tail and runs. TMG, as they disengage from Thundertalk, they put themselves into another sightline, and it will be on this top side of the hill. The nade in from Krypton, but no one's going down just yet.
They've got to make a decision. If you're alter egos, you've got AxTMG to your north, you've got Thundertalk to your south, you've got to crash in on one, and it looks like it's going to be AxTMG. If you can disengage from this, you just got to full send it directly into the middle of the zone. Depot T cannot take down Rosemary. Mind you, update, we do lose intense game. Our first team, by the way, with how chaotic these zones have been, I'm surprised we are just now losing only one team. Back on board with Henry up close. He goes down. Alter egos need this win. They need to recover from the rough game number 1 that they have, and they're doing exactly that in sensational style.
They slip the pin, and Alter Ego managed to get around to the other side of AxTMG. With Rosemary down, another as well, down on bended knee. They'll need to try and pick it up, but of course they can. It's Alter Ego.
Thundertalk at Alpha 7, so taking down Thundertalk now is imperative.
It's not a full threat from Alpha 7 though. Only a few of them moving in, and that's going to allow Krypton to be unleashed, and Thundertalk, they have no chance. This
a little bit, the last time was against Falcons. This time we've got an opportunity against the Arena, and Alpha 7 should win this with the utility being thrown and the early damage being affected. Joker is feeling it. Alpha 7, you know them. They're going to want to push this as aggressively as they can.
It feels like this may be their final rotation of the game. They've moved into the roadblock, and they're just trying to survive now, try and outlast these teams. Sure, they can get these nades. I don't imagine that they have the presence, the pressure, with 3 players alive to go for a full push here. They might be able to pick up some elims, sure, but Torigo, though, still there. That's going to be one hell of a hurdle to cross. They're already up to 11 elims, by the way. R8 trying to make their approach, and E-Arena will go 1-for-1 on the trade. Ida has to back, comes through, and now 4 players still stand for E-Arena. The nade, again, not connecting.
I am shocked. E-Arena has 4 players up, and they're actually doing a ton of damage to R8. Prestige from a distance. Hill makes it so awkward. He can't even get up. You got out Briefus from Ape.
They're keeping the pressure up on the other side of this engagement.
This is messy. This is chaotic. The winner of this fight could very well go on to win game number 2 Erangel of the day. The Alpha Gaming has moved even further up. They're taking the forward position. E-Arena now has a couple of players who are down. 2 players to stand up. Carrillo, he wants to push up. He wants to at least get a line of sight on any stragglers who peek their head over the corner. Prestige finally moving in. He's been waiting to do this for the longest time. A nade's being cooked. He swings the angle. He gets the drop, but it's not done just yet. E-Arena fights back through the window. R8 are down. It's down to Mark, who hits the shotgun shot through the doorway, though. Clutching up is our boy Mormon.
Angles. The shape of the terrain just doesn't allow it. They try and go for this crash. Alpha 7 have such a strong hold, and Carrillo's holding face against 2, finds them, and immediately shuts them down. Mormon in the smoke, and Carrillo retreats a little bit closer towards his teammate, but he's hopping out. He's getting bold. The weapon swap's there, and the team of E-Arena are falling. Joker with a nade, but Carrillo is farming them as they approach.
Oh, but the nade connects on the Carrillo. The farming ends, and Joker becomes the farmer himself, but only for just a little bit. Carrillo should get back onto his feet. And now we are down to our top 4 teams. And finally, Gamex starts to get active. They're getting pushed, and it's Alter Ego.
From the northeast side, Power have managed to move up behind Alter Ego, so it could be dangerous. The ground floor now taken. Moana, Krypton, followed by Rosemary into the ground floor now, pushing Gamex up on high. Molotovs to burn it, to slow things down before they can get this res, though. These nades are going to start to come on through. Healing now being done, and Alter Ego have pressure from the high ground that they have just deserted.
Rosemary bottom left. He's been the highest damage dealer so far. Krypton as well to be a great courtesy to Rosemary's performance. Gamex getting pieced apart, but Arthur wants to stop the bleed for a little bit.
He has that first aid nades being poured over towards Alpha 7, huddled behind the checkpoint. Where? How are they finding these hiding places? I don't know. Carrillo fully flushed out. The nades keep going, and Power are putting more and more pressure on as time goes on. Gamax, they're not out of it just yet. They've managed to extract some value out of Alter Ego, but they will finally fall. Alpha 7 are next to go down, and Power now. Gas left in the tank. Over to Easy. Krypton and Moana. Moana goes down, and Krypton falls next. A nice hold there along the sight lines for Power, and it's all up to the man himself. It's Rosemary with a chance to prove that he could take a 1v4. Sure, it might be against Power, but it would be legendary. Unfortunately, it's not to be, and Power.
Yeah, the guy's lovely. Love Max, man. Hey, here it is. We going into our next game. Wow, hold up.
It's that time.
Hey, it is that time, and Aura's ready to get rocking. All right, opposite of him. I said, this is Aura's game, but they've got to win this initial fight.
Jiggle around the corner. Using a valuable nade, and incredibly valuable, because that was, in fact, the only weapon that he has. He's pulling the knife, but immediately shut down by the shotgun. It looks like the weaponry's on side for R8, but the trades are still there. It is just ordnance here. No, a double barrel there coming through as well, so it seems to be all flak on the action. And actually, 2 players from R8 go down. The Sky finds a second. Okay, he's got a pistol as well, and he's on the chase. Prestige with a rifle. That might change the tune.
A great equalizer. Everybody's got shotguns, knives, nades, and Prestige. He's got the AUG, and he's mowing him down. Sleepy, though, still makes an attempt, but hits the shots needed. Wait a second. Just when you think it swings into the favor of R8, Hora turns it around, and Hora stands 10 toes down. Thunder Talker moving in. Revo set the trap, and here come the shots.
Thunder Talk rolling on in, and Revo immediately clipped off the eaves of the roof. And it is going to be a 1-for-1 trade. King looks a little bit more resable, though, as Revo's going to have to try and drop down towards Carrillo if he wants this res, but the rest of Thunder Talk not going to sidle in. Okay, Mafioso goes down as well. Ooh, that is nasty. As AJ cooking the nade, he's up onto the second floor. Carrillo turns the corner. There's an off angle that can suppress his corner as well. So it is a dangerous choice. Squash up onto the top floor, but Carrillo falls as well. AJ perfect with the nade, and now just one of Alpha 7 remains. It's Squash. He's pushing on the upstairs, but sees the fire, licking at his ankles, and they've given them the old topsy-turvy turnaround. AJ's back with his team.
Now, Squash is a slayer, and he's been known to clutch up, but in this moment, is it too tall of a task? Well, it's up to him to decide. Jumps out, takes a bit of damage. If he can pop this meta, he should be at least a little bit better off than he was before. Thunder Talk can get overly aggressive, and if they do, Squash can capitalize off it. Let's not forget King is still relatively weak.
Keeping that shotgun trained on the exits here for Thunder Talk, and they step into the meat grinder. 2 go down. He turns his attention right. He's moving out wide. He still doesn't have the meds, but he gets the reload, and that's 2 of Thunder Talk down now as Squash hops in for more. King just able.
But they do got a lot of company surrounding them.
Yeah, it's one of the few locations that you can really play here. Unfortunately, they've got neighbors, and the nades just tumble on in from Kinotrope, and Aura suffering heavily. And you know what? I'm going to bring it back up. You predicted them at the start of this match. You predicted them right at the start of this game. And now look where they are, in a ditch with nades on their head.
They're still alive, okay? They're still alive, and they're still putting up a fight, but maybe not for long. Kinotrope stayed in the grass, stayed in the weeds for the longest time, and allowed Hora to push straight by them, and then they spring the attack. It's quite literally the perfect scenario, and you got to think Kinotrope was waiting on a team to take that divot, take this piece of real estate, so they can turn it into a mini red zone and just throw as many nades as possible. And well, sadly for Hora, this might
to be in for both of these two teams. Those ditches are really tough to deal with. A double spray down there from Darkin, though. Have the backup of Emery, but he has to hit the deck and will not be able to assist anymore. Darkin goes down despite his gargantuan effort that he was able to put in. Another nade sent in from Arthur. Doesn't quite connect onto Emre. Suk, by the way, for Weibo, has just been in the middle of this circle like a turret. He's been taking shots over towards Thunder Talk, now down over towards Ida, now over towards Gamak.
because you know everybody's going to be focused on you from time to time. Finally, some fireworks going off. AJ's up close on final mark, going down from Kinotrope. Kinotrope looks to be losing this engagement. Only one player left alive. Thundertalk with one themselves.
This approach towards Sook, who's finally getting pushed off this hill with Alpha Gaming starting to poke their noses in. Oh, wait, no, take it back. It's just repositioning so he can hold the hill even better as they come on through. IDA do fall in this game as well, which means that now we're down to just 6 teams remaining. An immediate knockback onto Reefus there from Nongshim Red Force.
All right, APG have to get him back onto his feet if they possibly can. A 4-man unit here would be powerful.
Beanie gonna try and move on in as well, but Order is starting to cook the nades. So is 33Z, and they are now exchanging ordnance from one another. The spray down's good, again connects over towards Order. In the meantime, by the way, Valo did just take a knock. I believe that's from Henry, not likely.
Is taking a vehicle in. So this fight between E-Arena as well as Falcons, it's just going to be those two teams, nobody else. The winner going to be in such a powerful spot as we were setting up earlier, and the fireworks are going off. E-Arena's already lost one. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, well, they're still 4 strong, and they've got to maintain it. But does the tides turn? Well, not so much. Falcons with the Wolfpack looking so incredibly strong. E-Arena 2 down at the moment. Falcons still 4 strong, but Mormon says, hey, it's time to turn the tides, turn our luck. I'm staying alive, and through the window, firing some shots, but still not making a connection. But again, Mormon, you go back to game 2. He was the linchpin for the successful recover for E-Arena when they were getting pincered.
And on the other end of this fight, they're going to have to leave. The circle shifts down south. It is a time-based situation now as well. Koa holding his nerve for 1. Turns back his attention to Sakura. Will be able to find it. Redox deserts him, goes down to the rounds of E-Arena, and he is not long for the same fate. The foul, they have got a chance here.
I think so.
Nongshim Red Force,
okay.
However, they're looking pretty hot as well. Weibo open the bidding, and it looks like E-Arena is going to be suffering pretty heavily here, although they haven't managed to see him. Uh-oh.
One still alive. One still alive, one looking to thrive, and finally E-Arena are gone down top 3. AxTMG, Weibo, Nongshim Red Force. AxTMG taking heavy
state right now. This roll forwards may actually work. They've left the player behind, suppressed the ridgeline. They're trying to connect with the spray downs, and Order stays alive. That could be crucial here. He can get some healing done. XZ, can he connect? Yes, the spray down with the P90's there. The nade in response, sure. And now Order has to do something. He has to come up big. It's all up to him. A sliver of HP, back up to a decent amount, but it's a 1v3 as Binny moves on in. They've got the center of the circle under control. They're looking for the res as the flushes come on through. It's all but closed down, and Nongshim Red Force want 2 chicken dinners today.
Here they go. Orders spring into action. He can potentially clutch this up, but he's going to have to work hard. He falls short. Weibo finishes second, and Nongshim Red Force finish the game 3.
Fair enough. Fair enough, Blank.
1-0 Blank.
We have they have some very young players on side. It's not easy.
Of AX as well, taking a wide berth to join up, but we'll hold that for back over. E-Arena on screens for now. You've got a crash down from the hillside with Kinotrope coming in. Mormon on the push back up. Ooh, big tag into the back. Quick response as they turn their heads and find that one. Tamar with the damage done. It's big Papa Pump that's clipping legs from the side. Bullets coming in from the third party as well. Trying to clean up and see what you can steal away from this. Had the smooth moves, but an instant shot back over. That's
King's not fully committing over towards it. His Alpha Gaming once again looking to ruin the day of the Falcons. That is a brave nade sent by Doc, and Reefus is just forced to handle it.
Danger close, but the danger is Alpha gets with nades now as well. Yeah, that's all the stock he's got left. Cooking this right down towards the end. Last one's going to be Prime. Sideline chip damage over. They don't want to run into this and throw away one player. Ooh, but
Facing that 111 for Thrive to pick themselves up first place here. They lost Day, but Weibo just about caught him on his rotate down in towards Farm. This rotation's not going to go too well for Gamax. That vehicle is very close to exploding. Surprised Damar doesn't just go for the full send on the spray either.
Good position to try and guard all these teams as they make their move. Meanwhile, as that one goes a little bit quiet, we can show you back, of course, on the fight that kicked things off between Gamax and Alpha 7. This is what resulted in only Squash being the last remaining player. On his solo mission, he's at least found himself some safety inside of the zone for now. Ah, he's gone. All right.
Yeah, for Chudo, some good nades over the top, honestly. I quite like that. Corona with some more over towards E-Arena. Somehow Gamax is able to get a little bit more done. Horror versus Ida now. Aaron steps up to the plate, nade over the top. We'll find Jiggle. This elimination feed is just popping up time and time again. Weibo taking shots over towards Nongshim.
Yeah, the Red Force taking damage. More on the push-up. Close the gap between these two teams and make it uncomfortable for Ida. A lot of pins pulled on the nades, trying to get one right between the both of them. Spacing looks good on that. It's a clean tag. Sky gets blown over because of it.
Not making it work, but intense game. Wrapped back up again from where Adrian was playing. He's looking to pick up the pieces that were left behind by Weibo. But Ida's doing a great job to hold this angle. Held out power, held out horror as well. Those nades to keep going through. Hold his angle. It means versus 4. Ida's got to push into him. It's a good initial knock and a second potentially.
Oh, no fear goes down. And you can see
sides of farm. Alba's looking to move further in as well. This is a replay from earlier between Nongshim as well as Weibo. Good nade down there as well.
Actually would be quite a nice storyline.
I like this, you know. You see there, the boys from TT are looking to move in, but this is a dangerous cross.
Oh, going for the quick but jump in the vehicles, try and have some cover for the reach. Oh my. That's what we were saying. It looked like they were maybe a bit of a periphery team, but now they want to be at the forefront, straight into the smoke with the bonnet. Hello, Aaron, and goodbye with the DBS.
I pick up Emre there. Takes him a while. Nade goes over the top, 33Z's able to sidestep that bad boy. Continues to take chip damage. That one should be on target and do just enough. And Aaron will put for gaming here, Jackie, likely to be the concluder. Intense game on the sidelines, have been huddled for a long, long while. Aaron continues to take pot shots, but Xing, and if he got that explosion in the vehicle a little bit sooner, could have been nasty work. But AJ once again at distance. Xing goes down, Doc stepping up, and Alpha Gaming refused to lie down. If that's going to be at range, there's 19 bullets got to count on that 5.56. Bob's looking over. They do get Doc back up again. A disgusting single nade from King over the tagging his way over. And Doc is relentless on this position.
Oh, Jing was so low. Mid-fight trying to top himself back up. Big damage as well. Further impact found from Doc. And from the side, they've got to try and pick this one back up. Only a duo effectively left at this point with the double knock there. AJ at least gets the shot back over. That was the flank from Zol.
For Thunder Talks as well, it's an important game for them to ladder up over the top of Alpha 7, which they should do on the placements alone, but they'd like to go further. Alpha Gaming are absolutely ruining the chances. Top starts to move up, a nade of the top bounces off the top of the vehicle on the explosion, will finish the job. And now just AJ, he's done so much, but can he do any more? Just the machine gun in hand at long range, and Alpha Gaming, they hold all the space.
An unfathomable nade on target and blows them to bits. The last man left alive can do nothing to defend himself. Alpha Gaming take the chicken dinner. The Heat who will show up here. Seen some great showings from a good few collectives of our squads today.
Just yet. Nongshim Red Force losing Benny early here. An engagement versus R8, and I think he is alone.
No real room for anyone to assist on that one with the split, so R8 able to easily grab onto it with both hands. I think it was another knockback over into Kino Trope as well that was finished off there, as we saw Power Gaming and them landing quite close to one another. They took a clean elimination off the back of that. So already a couple of scraps breaking out. Zizzy tucked in, belly down on the ground, listening for the footsteps at least.
I think your issue is for Nongshim Red Force losing a player early into Miramar, where it's a map that massively favors four-man teams towards that end game. You're struggling now. You're 11th place. Those good games from earlier in the day, you'd set yourselves up nicely to get in towards that top 8, get that free ride through to the final. R8 trying to get further up the rankings here and a little bit more money, perhaps. Good pick.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, nade through the window. They take the peek out. Good timing on the fight. You're able to reset as well. Med pack, so it's not going to be too bad for you. Complete health back in. Dives away as well, so he's quick on the reposition, so DeMar can't get the shot back over to capitalize off of it. Still got the nade in the back pocket. Looks like he's going to set himself up for that on the response. Casts it out with a little bounce. That's kind of cheeky.
And he's jumping out of it. This is a big play from Doxy. Let's see if it actually works out, though. He is getting peppered. Somehow makes it back into the building. It wasn't for long, though. That was a bold maneuver, a brave play.
You've got to give him props for the way he approached it, but unfortunately in the melee, it's not going too great. Response back from Zizzy with the big boy, letting the bullets rain through. And R8 trying to compose themselves off the back of this. Now the angle from the stairwell is going to be problematic. Trying to focus up on it. Good spray back over. And Tizzy can't get the clutch Elim in to keep them in it. So Red Force go down.
That's a big blow to Nongshim Red Force. Only one more game. Capitalize on those points now. Onto our final Miramar. Not looking good for them. And again, I have to stress, it was a great start from Nongshim Red Force earlier in the day. Korea, that was a fantastic opportunity for them. But not meant to be. Alpha Gaming with the 9th place now after that last match. A real big improvement. Boys from Power hunting down Kino Trope. Another one bites the dust there.
Even Weebu as well, finding an opportunity to take some fights over. Doesn't really go the way they were hoping it would, though. So Kinotrope, as much as it has been a rough affair of being thrown into fight after fight that's uncomfortable for them, they can at least reset from that. So it isn't the full wipe that could have been. Quickly grabbed the vehicle as well for the impromptu cover. At least had some supplies to top themselves back up.
That they are. But I don't think they're going to be in the finals, unfortunately. Alpha 7 on your screens. 10th place at the moment, 70 points. It's roughly around this barrier as well. It's real tight. It's real close at the moment. You know, 70 points up to 76. Very interchangeable right now between these 4 teams. Thundertalks overtake Ida. The chicken dinner advantage as well. They will go up 1 placement despite drawing, tying on that scoreline. Horror spots the rotate coming through from Alpha 7. This is dead center, right? They're trying to get up towards some high ground to work with. Horror currently has a big old split across Crater Fields and the ridgeline that sits over in that position. Those mountains are very, very nice to work with.
And this is the fight that has not given up. Power have just been consistently stalking Kinotrope for so long at this point, chasing them from compound to compound. Looks like AX take a knock as well with intense game, being able to isolate them once again. It's been uncomfortable in the previous 2 matchups.
Gamax taking on Falcons and losing Koa again. It's these slow decisions, slow rollouts coming through from Falcons, allowing teams to backfill them time and time again. They've got to figure something out. Add some security cameras to the back of the kit, essentially.
We did lose 1 player over from the side of Alter Ego as well, from a very quick bout between them and Thunder Talks. Both teams then repositioned and called it quits on it. Seems like this might finally be the moment to strike. They bait them round the corner. It's a good crossfire. Able to hold on the doorway. Panic stations now to reset from this. The last man unable to pop off as a solo dolo. Bout between them and Thunder Talks. Both teams then repositioned and called it quits on it. Seems like this might finally be the moment to strike. They bait them round the corner. It's a good crossfire. Able to hold on the doorway. Panic stations now to reset from this. The last man unable to pop off as a solo. Yeah, it's that risk versus reward. Obviously such a powerful angle. He's able to play it, and this is why. Bullets come across. Similar kind of story as well. I mean, you're so far out.
Anyway, nice little bounce at the stairs though. Trying to rebound that one. Instant Molotov. I'll take those.
It seemed like he was hoping to try and force them just into the vision of the nade from King as well that was setting up to support, but luckily enough, not close enough towards the stairwell. They're able to tuck in, keep themselves safe, goes in to clear out the building now, sees the feet. Ooh, rebound off the wall.
It's a lot of damage.
timing on it as well. As he pushes up, it's the reposition. So you already had the compound set up for Alter Ego, so they handle that one with ease, it seems. Ooh. That's a
explosive arrow. No way. Oh, launch from that one.
Oh, we've heard legend of it.
We have the building. Good to see. Don't give me a replay of this. I don't want to see this.
Let me see that explosive bow. Yao Haji from the top side to back up the rest of the power squad.
Yeah, Ragnar's getting involved now too. Let's find APK. Some good nades from APG, by the way, there. Gets them down to around about 20%. So kind of unfortunate they're not able to land them as well as they'd like. And there's another that just lets the first aid kit go through. So they're just off target. Now they're hearing these shots coming through from the side from Power and even Weibo now sending down slightly. Got Order, legendary player from the PEL region, looking to push over towards that south side.
Oh, mate, so brutal.
For Alter Ego, they've done enough, 107 points. They are really not far from first place spot in this game now. They just need to go a little bit further. They've just got themselves into placement point range, but it is just 2 players out on this north side versus a full 4-man squad of Horror. Rosemary will step out, get slapped back by the M249, and Alva immediately dropping smokes, but it's not enough. So close yet so far.
You don't want to leave that fate up to another team. Take destiny into their own hands right now, though, to dive in onto AX up close with the DBS, showing us they can wield these shots. Do the Horror Classic, where you expect them to play slow. They suddenly hit you with the fast right hook, and you're just not ready for it. They dive in the vehicles now, go for the aggression up towards Weibo, and see if they can dive on. It's Order that would be the first fight. Instant flames thrown at the feet. The SMG. He's still alive. Finds that one to knock back over with support in the ribs.
Back with the M249. Just a stun grenade in hand, just back and forth. That nade looks good, goes a little bit too far, and he just has to step out. The DBS will not make it happen, which would be a massive result from them. Shoot them up big time on the tables, give them a chance at that last game. Get into that top 8, but just like that, Power loses tons in terms of their point scoring, right? They go down here, last game becomes hard. Ragnar starts things out nicely. Over towards Sky, a Grocer in the hand and no fear, another Molotov towards the backside, he's burning out. Done, and Power, despite a little bit of a shakiness towards the end there. We are gassed to be here. The final match of the day, match number 6.
Reset from this, quick vision on the jump up. Oh, trying to go for the play as the bullets are shot back towards his face. Both of them feeling relatively uncomfortable. You overcommit into the drop, instantly hit by the buckshot, and you'd be taken down. Prime on the nades as well with a quick follow-up, so if you do peek off the back of it, you'd be hit by the secondary.
Clearing them off the angles, clears the corner, but Nongshim Red Force is afraid to move up into this one, letting their teammate bleed out. In the meantime, Prestige will find one, and RA making it happen for Nongshim Red Force. The dream dying in front of their eyes.
They're going to try and revive things right here, right now. Quick response back from Tizzy on the dive in, the shutdown Prestige, and they do save themselves.
It go through. Rosemary now have another look to put it on target. This one looks fairly decent. Does half damage, can look to do the rest of the work with the DBS, and that's it. 3 elims. Fairly difficult. Darking down for Ida. Just Rita and Eren now. And this is the team that really wants to hold on to position. Weibo Gaming, the team chasing over towards Ida. This could be a great nade, though, down towards them. Instantly, Order's backing it off, but they will lose Suck.
Oh, quick peek up as well. Goes both ways, though.
4 elims now on the plate, and look to make that more. Hello? There's no way.
Oh, mate! Surely not anymore. AJ with a drop down. See you later, Falcons.
Away for a second, I saw Ralph pop up there as well. Nades flowing on down. More damage done. Koa on his last breath. Not Valo trying to do the work, but doing more damage to himself in the process.
Panic stations.
And he knocked his teammate as well. Oh!
Took him out of the fight. Myself, it works out better for them. Meanwhile, down towards the bottom side, compound between the two of them. It's Nongqing Red Force, of course, went down to 3 players early. They're going to try and build some points from this one, but they're not being given any blessings whatsoever. Doxy in a world of hurt. Tizzy down, no opportunity to pick him back up. You got the split from Kino Trope, Nade being primed as well. Tucks himself inside of the building with the smoke. Mark commits onto that one to completely remove him.
For Nongqing Red Force, I think that this might just be game for them. And Thunder Talks leaving this game at 79 points with just 1 player remaining in Xing over towards that northeast side.
Gamax on the backup, trying to play off one another. Rosemary on the move. He's got to be swift about this. Boundless bullets being fired his way.
Oh, this is a big one. Power looking to cut them short here. Open up a path up towards the top 8 already. 1 down in the front lines. Yol's able to find easy. They are not making this one easy for Power. And Gamax again constantly chiming in on these important engagements.
Yeah, there's no breaks. Everyone just throwing themselves into the fight right now, making it uncomfortable for these teams. Oh, man. Bullets from the side. Top gets the shot onto Ragnar. Power, if they wanted an opportunity, it is getting ripped away from them. And of course, who else? This, the dive in, intense game, looking to turn up the heat, but the response back is critically clean. Instantly engages with the shotgun from the side, down 2. You got the nades running in from the top.
1.
He just needs to get it on target, and that's enough.
That should push them over into 7th. There it is. Anita just about make it. They hung on over towards the concrete and
the side.
Just a couple more points here for them. 33Z will find Arthur, dropping up to 5 elims.
Tense game. They thought they were going to crash in, rip away the dreams from Ida. It did not go that way. They were the Sandman on that one, and you're put to sleep from the sidelines. Show us what you're made of.
Ooh!
Nitro down into the back line. The blow on order hits heavy. Ordnance in front of him as well as trying to reposition on the knock, on the push-up.
33Z, he up to the plate. Devotee on this sideline. This off angle has been absolutely sublime. Running out of bullets. The resources running low. S12K in the hands, just spraying it at range and makes it happen. The shells hit eventually, but he is down. And somebody's got to stand up.
Got the wrap in from the side as well. 33Z, last man in a position to try and snatch the opportunity to play off. He's out of position, tuck in behind the car. Bullets around the corner. He gets one. The DBS rattles off on the edge. He's trying to straight into this as well. The drop down below the car. He's ready for it on the peak, and it's enough to steal it.
Arian able to get that game going from the end, and AX will finish it off with a chicken dinner, going into survival stage, feeling strong, but Weibo don't care at all. A wondrous result. Get themselves into the top 8, they're happy, AX is happy, Ida striking off the Turkish Titans and Regnum Kaya and bringing them down.